you today, and nice to be here, I would say for my personal first time in your school. I'm PatrickLecharpy. I'm in charge of advanced design within Renault, I would say since 5 years now. And I'm also responsible for the relationship between Renault and Nissan. You know that Nissan is our partner in the alliance, and I'm taking care of the relationship between both Renault and Nissan design, both on vehicles and also on people, because we are sharing people, many opportunities in our company to work for Renault and for Nissan. I'm also in charge of the Asian African region for Renault. Okay, Renault has split the world in 4 parts. Okay, and I'm in charge of the Asian Africa region. It means that I'm in charge of the studio we have in Mumbai, in India. Okay, we opened 6 years ago now, which is running quite well and producing vehicles for the Indian market. Okay, design and develop them. And I have also an experience in the Middle European region. Okay, we opened a design studio in Bucharest, in Romania. Okay, also 4 years ago. So that's about my international experience. I will explain you today with Luciano how Twizy is born. In fact, how an innovation concept can go through a process, an industrial process to be developed and produced today in such a big company as Renault is. Innovation is what every car maker wants to achieve, in fact, today. Everybody knows that the future is basically in the innovation. How do you increase your share market? How do you sell more vehicles, okay, to many people? How do you go into this process? Of course, you have to respect certain rules and produce cars which are, I would say, expected by the customers for the daily uses. Okay, there are regions. Okay, people are not requesting for innovation. Okay, when I say for innovation, I mean for new concepts of mobility. They just want to access to mobility. Okay, and they will go into a process we know in Europe, we know in America. Okay, since 50 years, and they just want to access to mobility the same way we live. The difference is that they go much faster. Okay, and that the evolution is not like we have seen the evolution in our country. I would say, if I can say, I can show it. It was a slight evolution. Okay, we use since 50 years. Their evolution is like this. Okay, it's difficult to forecast the future for those people. Okay, we can forecast the future for us because we know how we are evolving. They are evolving like that. Okay, but today they just want to achieve the same way to access to mobility. Okay, that we have in Europe. Basically, that's the reality. Nevertheless, okay, the history of car design, okay, has shown that the big success of the car industry came from innovation. And innovation is a risk for a company. Innovation is a big risk. It's a money risk. It's an investment. Okay? You can take a risk when, at the same time, you are focusing on other vehicles, on other markets, and you are, I would say, safe producing cars, okay, that people accept with the best level of quality, okay, and reliability, okay, which is important. So, let's talk about innovation. A few years ago, I can tell you how the story of Twizy started. Car was born, say, in the media. It was about 5 to 6 years ago that Renault, okay, will produce electric cars in the future. okay, will be focused on electric mobility. It makes like a boom in the car industry, and nobody trusts him, okay, the declaration, frankly. Okay? A lot of skepticism, okay, about this analysis. Okay, what was the analysis of Carlos? The analysis was, if you look at the peak Earl, okay, you already know, all of you, that the peak Earl will be 2020, plus or minus 5 years. Okay, that's what is written everywhere. It means that fossil petrol, okay, will remain forever really expensive, and that there is clearly identified in the future that electricity will be less costly, okay, for the day-to-day use, okay, compared to petrol. This was right. Why? And that's the reason why Carlos Ghosn did this declaration. Okay, the only skepticism he created, in fact, in the car industry is that it was. Everybody knew at that time that the problem was the battery capacity and the capacity of the electric energy. How to get sufficient energy to provide to the customer the sufficient number of kilometers he needs. And in fact, he declared, okay, in the press, that he will, Renault will produce electric vehicles. And us, as designers, okay, in advanced design, we decided to open a forecast, a research. 1, 2, 3, 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And electric. How could you imagine the future? And we started in advanced design, both in a techno center and in Barcelona, where at that time we had a design studio in the middle of Barcelona. Okay, we started a reflection about what kind of mobility we could offer, okay, to customers tomorrow based on electric power. Here. Okay, so at that time we look at the competition. Okay, what did exist at that time? Of course, some electric vehicles exist. Okay, mainly small vehicles. Okay, it was not forecast that electricity was the right answer for bigger vehicles. And these kind of vehicles exist, and we started our reflection with a way to imagine how we could build an electric vehicle, but not view on copying what the competition had done. Okay, I would say with little success. At that time, it was le plomb, le battery, okay, before English. Okay, the old battery, the old technology of batteries. Okay, so the kilometers you can afford with such batteries was really low. And in fact, with lithium, it was we started to have a view on a better capacity for batteries. And first sketches we imagined was one place vehicle with 4 wheels. In fact, what we had in mind at that time. Okay, if you look at the kilometers, the average number of people in the car, okay, you will find that it's 1.4. Okay, less than 2. Okay, for the cars you can see in the street. Look at the streets. Okay, there is a car sharing starting. Okay, which is the start. Okay, but today, if you look at how many people are using their car, are in the cars, there is 1.2. That's the first number you have to have in mind. There is a second number you have to have in mind, that the average kilometers everyone is doing each day is roughly about 60. Not 60 kilometers a day. So if you look at a vehicle which can provide a place for 1.4, okay, between 1 and 2, okay, and more than 60 kilometers place, and we as Renault, okay, we couldn't imagine a vehicle which is not safe. Okay? So in fact, basically, as we started the program, okay, we had imagined a vehicle with 4 wheels, okay, with a stability. And the aim of the vehicle was to provide the safety, like a car. I mean, when you can go fast in the street with a two-wheeler, okay, or you can get for more stability with an MB street, okay, pretty efficient. Okay, to go throughout the street, the town is really efficient. The only concern is about your safety, okay, even with internet, okay, it's dangerous. And in fact, we wanted to provide a safety for everybody, okay, and what I told you just before. So we wanted to have a safe protection, okay? And this vehicle was about the city vehicle, okay, which was used uniquely in the city. Second concept we came through, and these are not sketching down afterwards. Those are the original sketches. That's important in the story. The original sketches after the 2 months work. As you can see on the vehicle, we had identified first what I told you about the battery. The idea was how to provide the most stability you can imagine in a vehicle, okay, with the load of the batteries. And the idea was, okay, just put the batteries in the middle, okay, it's relatively heavy, the batteries, so it will provide a lot of stability on the street. Basically, we wanted to have a safety protection. In fact, the aim was to have an helmet based on this new electric structure. So an helmet, a structure, which provides you all the safety of the vehicle. As you can see, there is a seat, and there is a seatbelt for the front, and there is a seatbelt for the rear. It's a vehicle mainly developed for war, okay, but available for waiting. That was the idea. So to fulfill not the 1 people 60 kilometers, but 1.4 seater with roughly 100 kilometers, okay, which was the aim of this vehicle. You can see that we had imagined from the beginning that we could have a luggage area. And in fact, it's all inspired by those structural industrial structure, okay, in aluminium. In fact, just a question about the pure visual choice we have done. When you create a new concept, like this, like an electric vehicle, you can have 2 questions. Should I follow, I would say, the styling trends of automotive design, which is the way, okay? Or should I search for a different imaginary for this new concept of mobility? And in fact, because of the diversity we will offer soon on the street, we choose that for Twizy, for a new mobility concept, we wanted to reach new people, new customers, which are not attracted by classic, dynamic automotive design. That's a choice we've done for Twizy. And we have done this choice for Twizy because also we have done the inverse choice for Zoe, the 4-seater car we will produce and sell soon. So clearly, the aim was to fulfill different customers, different customer needs, and different customer tastes.